Welcome to Skin Deep with me, registered nurse Christine Keller. And I am joined today by the beautiful Marelize Earle. Hello, Marelize, and thank you for being here with me.
Hello, Christine. It's an honor and a great privilege to be with you.
What is nice about this podcast and conversation, it's going to be so easy because we've known each other for years now.
Yes, what a privilege.
And I will never forget the first time before we met. It was way back when I just came to George. We went with my parents to the Heads, that restaurant there.
Yes.
What's it called again?
It's changed a couple of
Yes. But I will never forget you were sitting there with your in-laws and with Len. And when we came in, I looked at you and I was like, oh my word. And as usual, you didn't have actually any makeup on. You don't do full makeup ever.
No.
And I told my mom, oh my word, who is that? She is absolutely. And my mom said, no, toe gee sy nou vir my 'n mooi description. And then, a few months later, then I actually met you at my work, I think, for the first time.
I came to talk to you about my thesis.
Yes. And that exactly. And that is where we met. Mom, it's lovely having you here. I really do appreciate it. And because I know you deeper than skin. Yes. And so I'm just privileged to have you here and to have this chat.
Thank you. The honor is mine. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much for having me.
Marelize, just for the listeners who don't know yet, give us a bit of a background of where your journey started with beauty pageants and your history with modeling and everything.
Okay. I was a very shy girl. I just wanted to be a ballerina. And then I had terrible bunions and I had to quit ballet. And my mom enrolled me in a modeling class. So I did the modeling class for a week. They entered me into a national pageant or a modeling competition. And I came second. I was scouted by a modeling agent. And that's where my modeling journey started.
Sorry, how old were you? Was it high school or
15?
Oh, okay.
I was 14 going on 15. And it got me a bit out of my shell, but I was a performer. It's not like I'm a big socialite or an extrovert. I'm a terrible introvert, like you know. I like doing my own thing, sitting in my corner, keeping my mouth shut and keeping out of trouble. So I started entering pageants just to get to know people, because when I moved to Johannesburg, I didn't have a car, I didn't have a television, I didn't have money. I didn't have friends. I didn't know anyone. So I entered Miss Randburg. I did Miss Heidelberg Show Queen when I was at school. The first time I came second. The second time I won. I had experience. And then I did like Miss Sasselberg Show. I won that. That was my third pageant. And then my fourth pageant was the big one, the Miss Randburg. I'm not a big pageant girl. I believe pageants are great, especially for building confidence. But I used to call the girls that enter all the pageants. I called them sash collectors, because they even put it on their CVs like it's a job, and I could never understand that. I only entered a few pageants, and then I entered Miss South Africa. I came third, and many years later, I won Mrs. South Africa.
Miss South Africa was in
1993.
1993. I was 6 years old.
You see, can't remember. Ancient history. So in 2002, I won Miss
That's
South
what
Africa.
I was thinking about.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't have a great year. I didn't have a great experience with Mrs. South Africa. It wasn't the pageant or the platform it is now. I vowed that I would never be involved with any pageant ever again in my life
after that.
But I've learned to say never, never say never. Yes. Now, after that experience, I thought, I'm done with pageants. It's a farce. It's superficial. It's not what I want in my life. Then Joni Johnson, at the time she was Johnson, she's now Jacobs. She won Mrs. South Africa in 2009. I was involved in her year trying to prep her and get her ready. And I even said to her that year, if I had enough money, I would buy Mrs. South Africa because you are the perfect person to run Mrs. South Africa. She had a goal, she had a plan, and she had the vision. She's visionary. And in 2011, we started the Mrs. South Africa that is known now, the platform. Joni took over, and she has really built this Mrs. South Africa platform into an empowerment network. It's not a beauty pageant. And that is why I'm still involved in pageantry. And that's why I went to Mrs. Globe in June this year. I represented South Africa. It was a great honor. And I was crowned the world winner. It sounds strange saying
No, it's amazing. Congratulations again.
I even get emotional. I can't believe it. Yeah, it is a really great privilege.
Yeah, you've worked hard for it. And I think because you had a change of heart also of what it used to be or what you felt like back in 2002 and the difference after that with Joni, and then now also that it's more than what the eyes see for the general public. It's a beauty pageant, but there's the deeper levels of that. Yeah. But listen, how was that being crowned Mrs.
Clasique Globe? Yeah. They have Mrs. Globe, then Mrs. Clasique Globe, and Mrs. Kawai Globe. Mrs. Globe is for women 25 to 45.
Okay.
Mrs. Clasique, we like the vintage cars.
Okay.
We've got a few miles on us, and stretch marks, cellulite, and we deserve it. Yeah. We earned it.
Definitely.
And then we have the Kawai group. That's for women, the same category as Mrs. Globe, but it's for fuller figure, size 12 and up.
Okay.
I don't think a size 12 is a fuller figure.
Yeah, size 12 is still small to me.
Yes, but we celebrate every part of womanhood, and every woman is being celebrated there. So being crowned the winner, the overall crown, the world crown, it's like when they announced me, first of all, my feet were hurting like hell.
Shame.
And all I could think of is, I want to sit down now. And they do crownings very differently to us because they start with fourth runner-up, third runner-up, second runner-up, first runner-up, and then they do Women of the Year. And because I was really tired, I did not sleep. You know me and sleep. We're not great companions. I was so out of it, and my feet were my focus point. And I thought, I did not even place. I'm not going back to South Africa because they've announced everyone, and my name wasn't called.
Yeah.
And Women of the Year was Alice Chan. She was Mrs. Asia, and she was my biggest competition.
Yeah.
And there she's Women of the Year, and I thought, oh, she won. And I just wanted to go sit down, and Hanley came walking up to me and crowned me. And I'm like, what's going on? She said, you won. So for a moment, I was a bit stunned and like, oh, what? I won. It was overjoyed and grateful, I would say. Yeah, so it was a surprise, but I was extremely grateful. I could return to South Africa with pride.
Yeah, you came back with something.
Yeah, I came back with the crown, not with my hat under my arm.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but that's amazing, Marelize. I want to know from you, looking back, what has it taught you about yourself?
Well, it taught me that I'm more resilient than I thought I was. I can handle much more than I thought I can. And if you put your heart and soul into something and you believe and you work, you can achieve. We always think, oh, I would love to do this. I have this dream and I still want to do that. But turning 45, you think, oh, I've had my chance. Because people put you in a box and they say, you're almost retired now. Even my brother-in-law said to me, but you're retired, miss. Why do you need a space for yourself? And I'm like, why do people think when you turn 45, 50, you are retired? That's the time where you have more to give. You have more experience. You have more time. You have more knowledge. You have more vocabulary to express yourself. And that's the time to give back.
Exactly.
So I don't think retirement should even be in our vocabulary.
No, and like you say, that is I mean, you have the experience.
Yes. And we have to pay it forward.
Yeah, and you have to, give it to someone else.
I think if I had someone, a mentor in my life, earlier in my life, I would have achieved more in my life. But growing up, we didn't have mentors. We didn't have people speaking into our lives. And that is what it taught me, to be a mentor to the younger generation and even to my age group, and even older. Now I've got something to say. I've been through experiences. I've experienced life. And I have more confidence. I know myself better. I found my own voice. So for me now, it's the time to speak life into other people's lives. That's what it taught me.
That's the beauty of
The responsibility of the crown.
yes. You have to do it.
Yeah.
You have to, and you want to, and you've got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've been given this amazing platform, and now you've got the opportunity to use it.
Exactly.
And now also to discern, because a lot of doors open, and now to discern which doors to go through, to make the right decisions. And I think that is the responsibility.
Tell me, what's the one thing people don't see about pageants? The behind the scenes.
They don't see the intense preparation. It's not just about looks. People think beauty pageants are very superficial. And that's why we don't like to call it a beauty pageant, because it's not about beauty. Everybody has got something beautiful. It's being well-rounded, well-groomed. Everybody can be beautiful. It's the time and effort you put into yourself. So it's being fit and healthy, making healthier choices, getting your mindset right, because you cannot do anything on this scale if you have a negative mind, because it's going to kill you. And I think that's what nearly killed me when I was Mrs. South Africa. I didn't have a support group. I didn't have knowledge. I didn't have a mentor. I did everything by myself. And when I work with the Mrs. South Africa finalists and semi-finalists, I always tell them, you need to have your family on board. Your husband must be on board. It's not a me journey. It's a we journey. It's teamwork. Even working with Mrs. South Africa, you have to work with the office. They want a team member. It's not an individual that is being put on a pedestal or platform for her own voice, because you're the voice for other women. It's not about you. It's about what you have to give to the world.
Yeah, and that's the part exactly that you don't see.
Yes.
We only see and sit in front of the TV and see that 2 hours, 3 hours show, but everything that went in before that.
Yes, it's a lot of preparation. It's expensive. We need sponsors. Sponsors are not that willing to give anymore. I think people are sick of sponsoring and giving, so it's getting harder. So people don't see the effort and the hard work. I had to do a raffle because I'm now the proud spokeswoman for the WIN Foundation, which is, stands for Women in Need. And we had to raise funds even during our year as the winner. We were still raising funds for Women in Need. We have the Reclaiming Me program. So you have to, we have to adjust to the American time schedule. So I have to get up at 3:00 on a Thursday morning to attend the class from 4 to 6 on a Thursday morning, so I can know what the program is about. So people don't see that. They don't see the hard work that goes into organizing an event or the raffle, or why do you need to raise funds? So they don't see the work we're doing behind the scenes, helping women to recover and heal from trauma and from adverse traumatic experiences, because that is our main aim at Mrs. Clasique Globe, to work with women who's been damaged and through terrible abuse and trauma, and to help them to reclaim their lives and rebuild themselves.
Amazing initiative.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I say this is not a beauty pageant. This is an empowerment network.
Because I think once the beauty pageant itself is over, it's actually over.
It's over. The glamour is gone.
So we don't, yes, then, it's over, but then the work still continues for you. That's exactly what you're saying.
Yes.
And that's what we don't see.
Yes, I had to.
We see you there with something
Yeah.
that you are working with, like the Win Foundation and so forth. And that is where we want to see the winners afterwards.
Yes. When you enter the pageant, before you go to America, before you are invited into the circle, you have to give a 90-day program of what you plan to do with the title. So it's like your first 90 days in office.
Wow.
Yes. So they make you think, why do I want this platform? So you can't just enter to promote yourself or your business. It's not like that.
No.
You have to be involved in your community. You have to have a charitable heart. It must be a passion. You must have a purpose, and you must be able to put that purpose into practice. So yeah, we hand in your 90-day program, and you get crowned, and all of a sudden, while you're on stage, you go, I wonder what I put in that 90 days. Something impressed them, so I better get to work.
I work, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing, Marelize. A different topic I want to touch base on is, and this is I must just think about my words. So ek moet hom dalk eerder lees. Beauty and confidence. In your view, what does beauty really mean in 2025? And do you think it has changed from a few years back? And do you feel that attractive women are made to feel that they should apologize for being beautiful or even tone themselves down for others when they walk into a room? Dis my nogal 'n belang.
That is a loaded question. Well, for me, beauty, I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We all have a different take on what is beautiful, but we all gravitate towards beauty. And someone can be a plus-size model and be exceptionally beautiful. Somebody can have the perfect look, but when she opens her mouth, it's negative and it's judgmental and opinionated. So for me, true beauty is in authenticity. It's in the heart. It's in the gratefulness. It's in the joy. So I think everybody perceives beauty in a different way. But I think at Mrs. Globe, even at Mrs. South Africa, we look for women that are all-rounders. They have to be positive. They have to be influencers in a positive way, the role models that we need. So for me, when we look at someone, I look at the confidence with which they enter a room. Do they walk into the room with confidence unapologetically? Do they own the room? That to me is, I gravitate towards people like that. I think that's why I also enjoyed you the first time I met you, because I knew I was meeting this registered nurse. And nurses are usually very strict.
Why?
And grumpy. And I met you and we just started laughing and you're so comfortable to be with. I remember working with you and coming in the morning and you would go, Goeiemorgen, goeiemorgen. And it's like, okay, she's waking up the patients now. But it's like, it's an energy. It's that energy, that joyful, happy energy. I miss that, I must say. I'm not telling you.
That was lekker geweest.
But that to me is beauty. And I think that's what beauty means now in the new era. Because in my 20s, a beauty pageant was all about appearance and validation. And now it's being unapologetically authentic.
Yes.
Finding your own voice, being your own self, and finding your own beauty. Because nobody's perfect. It's not about perfection anymore. It's about purpose. It's about impact. It's about your passion and living out that passion and giving to others. That second part of your question where you asked about, do beautiful people have to tone themselves down? I don't think it's about shrinking back. I think it's about shining with grace. Because God made us, each one of us, in a different way, and we each have something beautiful about us. I have taught myself from a young age to try and find something beautiful in every person I meet. I read Nelson Mandela's book, and everybody that has met him throughout the years would say he had this magnetic power that if he talks to you, you feel like the only person in the room.
Yes, I've heard that.
And that's what I have been trying to do ever since I read that book. I want to try and find the beauty within a person, not the appearance. Sometimes the appearance helps because you gravitate towards that. I think, for example, about one of the most beautiful Mrs. South Africas we've had, and that is Sarah Kate Scott, or she's now Aketa. She lives in America. She, to me, is like the perfect woman. She's got this body. I remember judging her, and she had a six-pack after giving birth like 8 weeks before.
Oh, goodness.
She walks in with a bikini, and she's got this legs to die for. And this body, the six-pack, and the hair, thick, beautiful, curly hair. And she's got a perfect face. I mean, I would just love to do her makeup. She personifies the perfect woman to me. And then she opens her mouth, and you go like,
Just so nice.
is she an angel? But the thing is, she's been through a lot. She's been fireproofed. She's been through fire. And she's got substance. So I think women, beautiful women, should not tone themselves down.
Yeah.
We should actually inspire others. So rather than being intimidated by beauty, we should aspire to that. Because it's not how beautiful you are. It's about how you groom yourself, how you carry yourself, how you introduce yourself to the world. Everybody can be beautiful.
Definitely.
It's the time and effort you put into yourself.
And the big thing is it's how you make others feel, because we all know, like you said, somewhere someone that is extremely vogue, beautiful, but there's something that I can't put my finger on and I can't like you. And then there's other people that are incredibly beautiful as well, and you find that they have this amazing personality with.
Yes.
And they make you feel at ease. Or you just have the normal plain Jane that has this big personality. Magnetic. And she's the one that if you think of someone you want to have coffee with or wine with, now it's her. Or just when you walk into her in Woolies, dan sit lekker om haar te sien and you have a nice chat and you think about her afterwards and she left something with you.
I think it's about, we have to redefine beauty for ourselves. Because we are so conditioned by social media what beauty is. But beauty is supposed to be about substance, about heart, about purpose, about gratefulness. We're so content with our dislikes and judgment of other people. And it shouldn't be like that. We tend to drag each other down instead of lifting each other up. And I find the more I lift people up around me, the more God lifts me up.
Definitely. Yeah, it goes both ways. Yep. Marelize, body positivity, movement. Okay. So what are your thoughts on where we draw the line between celebrating because I know that you have always been very healthy, fitness, exercise, ek weet jy, that's just part of your lifestyle. But where do we draw the line between celebrating all shapes and sizes and we still have to promote health? And that's coming from my nurse medical perspective as well, because
we have become so accustomed to not body shame. Because if you try and help someone to say, listen, I can see you're uncomfortable. You're hiding behind your weight. Everything's an excuse. You're not enjoying life. Then we're not allowed to say that because we body shame.
Yes.
It's not body shaming. We should not. I want everybody to celebrate their bodies.
Definitely.
And every body deserves respect. But we should never compromise health. If we promote any lifestyle, unhealthy lifestyles, like, okay, you are overweight, you are more than capable of taking care of yourself. You know what you want. So it's okay for you to live like that.
Yeah.
But it's not okay because they're unhealthy. They have diabetes. They are dying. They die of
No, there's a lot of
diseases, like autoimmune diseases. And everything starts in the gut. If you speak to doctors, you're a nurse, everything starts in the gut. So I'm not allowed to say to you, listen, would you want me to help you to just get into better shape? Not be skinny.
No.
We should forget about being skinny.
Yeah.
It's about making healthier choices. But starting to move. You don't have to go to gym if you don't like the gym. There's an exercise for everyone. Walking is the best exercise. You don't have to run if you don't like to run. You must find something that you enjoy because then you can stick to it. But we should stop telling people it's okay to be obese.
Yeah.
We have Mrs. Gervais at the Globe, and my friend is the director for Mrs. Gervais Globe South Africa. And the big problem we have is, like, we have to go with women size 12 and up. And we find these most exquisite women. They are voluptuous, they're gorgeous, they're sexy. They've got the best sex.
Yeah.
But when we get to know them, some of them are really unhealthy. And that's not what we want to promote. So there's a fine line about having a woman represent all women, all sizes, and giving her the go-ahead to be unhealthy. So we have to try and promote a better lifestyle, better choices, mindful eating, mindful living, mindful movement in the process. And I think that is why Mrs. Gervais will be a very good like a stepping stone and a very good part of the pageantry in South Africa, because we just launched it last year. And Tahira, that was our Mrs. Gervais, she is exceptional. But still, if I look at her, like Gervais, she's curvaceous, but like she's not a plus size model. She's a gynecologist. She's the glam gynae. And she's glam. She's fabulous.
Yes.
But I went with her to America, but I lived with her for just over a week. And I mean, you see that she makes good choices. We all have our own bodies. We all have our own metabolism. We all have our own struggles. But it is just that extra effort in getting more movement, being healthy, making healthier choices. I think she was a fantastic example of what a Mrs. Gervais should be. Yeah. Find the next one.
So how do you personally balance health, fitness, without falling into extremes?
I would lie if I say I've got balance. We've had this discussion at Mrs. South Africa with Joni as well, because we have to balance everything, but there's no such thing as balance. You know, you're a mother, you're an entrepreneur, businesswoman, nurse, you a wife. We've got to be everything. We wear so many hats. I think it's like balancing every day. Try and keep the balance.
Yes.
I think everything should be in moderation. I try and get my movement in the morning. I love movement. So for me, it's running every second day. I do kickboxing in my garage. I don't have time to go to gym anymore. I do enjoy the gym, but if I go and people want to talk to me, I come across as very rude because I've only got this hour. So I prioritize that hour. Whether I'm in the gym or outside in the mountain, I try and do a mountain at least once a month, because that is my sanity. But also to try and get rest. Like I said earlier, sleep is not my friend.
Yeah, and I know that.
On a menopause.
No, since I've known you,
Menopause.
then you tell me, yeah, exactly. You've had a all-nighter. And then I'm like, but why? What did you do? Maar jy operate in die aand.
And I studied. I did my studies.
Yes.
Super nice. And then we would work the next day. And I do get tired, but I'm also learning with age that it is important to sleep and it's important to rest. Sleep, not just sleep, just to rest. Take time away. Because if you don't take time away, you don't know yourself. So I think the balance is in trying to make more mindful choices about deciding and committing to movement, whatever your movement is. Having your grounding practices, like when I wake up in the morning, my first half an hour is dedicated to God because I cannot start my day without God. Because there's a book called Just Too Busy Not to Pray. And I read that book and I'm like, the more I pray, the more time I have. It's like it just interlinks. When I get up in a rush in the morning, my day's a mess. So that is my grounding practice. Whether it's meditating, I don't do that type of meditating. It's good for you if you do. Yes, I can't sit still for that long. And so for me, it's music. Music just fills me and it grounds me. So when I do that for myself, the first half an hour in the morning, I find that I'm more balanced, I'm calmer, and I can get more done. But having balance in everything, I think the person that has the perfect balance must please come and teach me.
Ja, but that should also be boring. Dit moet so 'n bietjie te mekaar ook wees. It can't be all balance every time.
And all that is in chaos and busyness.
That's exactly how I am. I also chaos doesn't faze me. It doesn't. Yes. Dit gooi nie my appelkar om. I can do chaos. It's fine.
I think
sometimes it's a bit too much, but
but if you still make time for yourself every now and again, you can cope with the chaos.
Yeah.
I don't want a boring life.
Yeah.
Life is too interesting.
Exactly. Marelize, we are seeing brands going back to glamorous, fit, sexy models. Why do you think beauty itself has become such a controversial topic? Why?
I think because beauty is such a personal thing. But beauty will always be part of our culture, whether we want it or not. We don't all want to be a Kardashian. I would love to be a Kardashian. I would, because I want their money.
I would look for vakansie. Their holidays are so
business skills. They've got
No, I agree with that.
Skills.
Yes.
I think everybody jokes about them, but they work hard. People don't see it behind the scenes, remember. And it might look superficial to us, but they are working and they strategize and they've got it. But the thing is, we always want beauty. Why do we go for beauty products? Why do we go for treatments? Why do we have plastic surgeons on call?
Yes.
Why do we have one for a neighbor?
Lucky you.
Or Botox doctors moving in behind me.
Exactly.
And getting excited about it. But we all want our own type of beauty because beauty will always be part of life. Esther went into grooming before she could meet the king. It's been in our history. It's in our DNA. It's just about, we've been conditioned to think of beauty in a certain way. So it's up to us, our generation, to change the narrative. But beauty attracts beauty, and beauty attracts the eye. So they've tried everything to go away from the skinny models. Thank goodness, because we all used to look like anorexic chicks on stage. And we were starving. That's why we were grumpy. We didn't smile because we were hungry. Who can live on a rice cake?
No.
It's abnormal. I think we must just go back to being normal human beings and not put so much pressure on ourselves. And that's what I enjoyed about doing a pageant at this stage of my life, because I earned the stretch mark. I earned the cellulite. I've got it. I can't get rid of it.
And
it's part of menopause. It's part of life. So own it. Own the stage. Own your space. It's the way you use it and the way you carry it. We all have cellulite. I know very few people who doesn't have it. But it doesn't make people with cellulite less beautiful than us. So it's about your inner being shining through. But we've been conditioned by social media, by our peers that there's one type of beauty, and it's not true.
No.
Everybody's got something beautiful, and we have to celebrate every part of womanhood, every part of the fuller figure, the older, younger. I think the industry has shifted because we are celebrating age now. It's not about anti-aging because we're trying our best not to age.
Yeah.
It's well aging.
Yes.
So I think when you shift that perspective, it's not about not aging because we all want to get older, but we want to be healthy when we age. So that's why we need movement. That's why we need to eat better. If you watch The Blue Zone on Netflix, that was an eye-opener. So I climb stairs. I don't use lifts. When some hotels only have scary stairs, I do them scared. I just go fast.
You're net vinniger gaan. Yeah, just run.
Yeah, just run the steps, you know. But like, yeah, it's
It is a controversial topic.
Yeah, but it's everyone for himself.
Exactly. And I think the other big problem, definitely social media. So I think I was the last age group to go through school and varsity without social media. And I'm so thankful for that. I was so bly. I didn't go to, number one, I would have made headlines if I had social media.
I can imagine that.
At varsity. But I'm glad that I grew up without social media and that there wasn't, because now also people are just very easy and quick behind their phones to say something, judge and quickly say, this one, the bum is too big or whatever the case may be. But and that is the problem. We usually would have never said anything at all.
Or you would sell it in secret gossip.
Or tell it in secret and gossip. And afterwards, when you've met someone, you're not going to think back about that person. Her arms looked amazing in that tank top. Or
Unless it did.
or that it's not going to be the thing that sticks with you.
It's how she made you feel.
And that is definitely something that in my 38 years, definitely, and that's something that, like you said earlier, that's something that I want people to take from me is Christina's talks too much, or she's nice, or
no, she's always vibrant.
But that's important. And the big thing is social media, and it's sad that people, we have to.
You see, you grew up without social media. I'm still growing up without social media.
I must
now for a change, I have to post every day. Now I have to pull up my socks and put on my big girl panties. I still find it hard to sit and talk in front of my phone. And if I see another car video, I'm going to like, I know it's quiet in your car and the light's great because you take your visor down and you've got your selfie light mirror.
Yes.
You can do it. But I mean, I can't do it. I'm shy. I've been in front of cameras like most of my life. When we started Finesse magazine, we didn't even have internet. Internet only came out in 2008. So I'm not even used to internet, never mind social media. So I'm still learning about all these things, and now I have to do it every day. And I'm like, my biggest concern is when you start posting about yourself all the time, it becomes about me. And I've seen it with a lot of my friends. They start posting more and more, and then it's just their faces all the time. It's just about me. So it can become so self-centered. And I think there's the fine line of what is natural, what is normal. And to keep that bit of privacy.
Definitely.
For me, it's very important. My husband hates social media. So he checks everything. He's like, what did you say now? What did you put on? Because everybody's talking about this and this and this. So I have to be very careful what I put out there. But it's something to get used to.
No, it is.
Yeah.
And that was definitely one of my reasons why I wanted to start the podcast, is because I have to, and I've seen it over the years, and it does work social media marketing for my business, but I'm doing it for a business. And yes, I am, fortunately and unfortunately, I am my business, but it's tiring. So that's also why I have people running my social media for me. Van goodness gracious, yeah, it helps. But just that, and the podcast idea is to talk about other things than just the normal, everyday stuff.
Be real. I think the new tendency is to go back to being normal, being real, because we miss that.
Yes.
It's high maintenance, having your Botox done every 6, or I did once a year, maybe twice a year. I cannot afford more. But I don't know how people maintain everything weekly. I mean, I don't even have nails. I'm supposed to be Mrs. Globe. I'm Mrs. Globe Clasique in my own right. I don't want to be anyone else than me. I went there authentically me, so I want to stay authentically me throughout my year. My one friend asked me, so why are you doing a pageant at 55? Do you need something? Validation or something? I'm like, no, because I can.
Yeah.
Because I've been working all my life. I've been taking care of myself.
Why
And
not?
The first thing she says to me, are you going to put extensions in your hair now and false lashes? And, today, sorry, Vilna, thank you very much for making me beautiful. She put lashes on. She glammed me up a little bit. But you know me. I'm plain Jane. I go to town with my gym gear on. I don't do false nails because I work with my hands. I just want to be me. I want to be real. I want to put it out there. It's okay to be authentically, unapologetically yourself.
No, definitely. I know you. You're not, that's why I said, you're not an everyday Vilna look
Pageant girl,
day with your makeup and everything. Yeah. I've seen
I
you.
was very blessed with Vilna's
That's it. Behind the crown, did you ever feel like you weren't enough? But I assume that was when you were younger.
Yeah, but still, I think there are days that we feel not enough. Not even just not enough. It's like invisible. I mean, the older you become, the more invisible you become. Like turning 45, all of a sudden people don't look at you anymore. You're not relevant. They don't invite you anymore. They retire you before you are retired, like I said earlier. So it's, I still get days where I feel, I don't know if I'm worthy of the crown, because I don't always feel like a queen, or because I'm not a pageant person. I'm not. When I got to America and I saw the pageant wardrobes and the pageant shoes and the pageant jewelry, I'm like, for my husband, like, I'm in deep trouble. I don't think I'm prepared well enough, because I don't have a pageant wardrobe. I have a George wardrobe. You know what a George wardrobe is like? A puffer jacket and jeans.
Exactly.
And maybe sneakers or flip-flops.
Yes.
But I just decided, you know what? I came here to win as myself. If I cannot win, but that is me, then I won't be able to do a full year of this. And that is my vision for my year, is to normalize being normal.
Yes.
It's okay to be me. It's okay if people think I'm invisible. I know what I'm doing for my society, for my people, for my loved ones. I'm enough before they think of anything else. They're going to, the Mel Robbins says, let them.
Yes.
Let them.
Yeah.
They're going to let themselves anyway.
Exactly.
So they can give their opinions. They can be whatever they want to be, and they can do
But that is what pulled you through, and that's absolutely why I think you won, is definitely yes, because you are gorgeous. But the thing is, you went as you, and you know that afterwards, trying to keep up an appearance for the full year that you have to do all these,
no, I won't go.
Trying to be something that you're not and do all this work, it's got to fail at some point.
Yeah, perfectionism was my downfall, because I remember entering Mrs. South Africa and I wanted to do everything perfect. I wanted to be the perfect Mrs. South Africa. I didn't want to let anyone down. But in the meantime, I was so unhappily married. I was in a very abusive relationship. The night I was crowned, I thought, how am I going to keep up appearances? And I couldn't. And I nearly tried to take my own life because perfectionism was my downfall. Perfectionism leads to procrastination, which leads to no action. So this time around, I think it also comes with maturity, getting older. I decided to go as myself. If I'm not enough, then I'm not enough for them. I'm enough for me. The crown does not define me. God is the one who defines me.
Maar daar is ook 'n mooi storie van jou. And I know that the full length of the story. Have a look for miles.
But now I'm crying for joy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Marelize, you came a long way. And I am glad that I know you.
I'm glad I know you.
Oh,
It's because of you that I'm still in this industry.
Yeah, and what people don't know is that you only started studying or did your somatology degree
At 45.
at 45.
I started studying at 45. It's 10 years ago. And next year, February, it's 10 years ago that I met you and started working with you.
Ek kan nie glo 10 jaar is verby nie. And then, then we had your like a 50th birthday party. Everything feels like it was just the other day.
Yes, that's how quickly time goes by. That's why we need to enjoy life now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Your legacy that you, as Marelize, all want to leave behind. I think, yes, for pageants and for all the Mrs. South Africa and everything that you, but what is your legacy that you would want to leave behind?
I would like to have people remember me by someone using the crown for greater purpose, not for vanity, and for impact.
No, you'll take this at now. Yeah, sy Marelize, nou, you can do that. En dit is iets wat ek altyd van jou sal onthou is with your, because you are the lady in town that is going to walk past you and you're going to look a second time. But I've always with you, you've always been through ups and downs and al daai money and tegen 'n mooi legacy laat. It's because you are actually a plain Jane.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. But it's also because of the people I surround myself with. The Christines, the Vilnas, the Jennies. I have learned, now we're both a mess. I've learned to surround myself with positivity. And I think that is why Mrs. South Africa is so close to my heart. And when I went back after studying and after working, I must say, I thank you every day for pushing me to start working. You know, I did not have confidence to start. And you just said to me the one day, jy begin môre werk, want jy is nou net te bang. Jy moet nou begin selfvertroue opbou. And I think that was the first push in the right direction. And you also motivated me to go further and do the 4th year. And I'm forever grateful for that. And that's where I learned to associate more with positivity and with positive people. People influence me in the right direction. And at Mrs. South Africa, we have a saying, what is for me will never miss me. So you don't have to compete. We can lift each other up and still rise together. I surround myself with women who scare me. And it sounds strange, but the Madeleine Rushes of this world, the Joni Jacobses of this world, they are the women that scare me. They scare me in the sense that they dream so big. They are so visionary in their thinking and in what they do and what they give to everyone that it scares me to think that I can do that too.
It's thrilling.
Yes, it's exciting and it's uplifting. And even my husband's not a pageant husband. He's not involved. He hates social media, hates everything glitz and glamour. He likes me just plain Jane at home. But he says even when I come from Joburg, I am so invigorated. I am so positive. I'm so driven. My life has become more purpose-driven because of Mrs. South Africa and because of Mrs. Globe, because we celebrate everything womanhood. People nowadays can celebrate being fluid is the word, and Vogue and everything, but we're not supposed to celebrate being normal, being straight, being happily married, being boring.
Yes.
So at Mrs. Globe, we celebrate every woman. No matter your skin, no matter your religion, no matter your size, no matter whatever. You can have mistakes. It's okay to have mistakes. You can cry during an interview. There's nothing wrong with that. You're human. You're you. You're authentic. And that is why I want to leave a legacy of impact where people can look back and say, she was worthy of the crown. Because she changed the narratives. Beauty queens aren't dumb. I hated a lot of my school friends made jokes and they sent me all these clips of beauty queens answer stupid questions.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, it's a stupid question. Why do you not expect a stupid answer?
Yeah.
No? Like they always expect us to be proper, say the proper thing, sit the proper way, have the proper words and the proper accent. But I don't shy back anymore. I have an accent. But people in America loves my accent. They laugh when I say data and they go like, you what? You need a charger. I'm like, did I say a charger? Oh, data.
A date.
Data. I learn, It's like, it's an experience. But I don't get shy about that anymore.
Yeah.
I live my truth. I live my weaknesses, and I'm starting to love who I am, who I was made to be. And that's what I want other women to be. I want to launch the Invisible Women this year. Because I felt invisible for a very long time. And only you as a person can change not being invisible. So I wanted to make my voice heard. And that's why I entered. I found my voice again. I want every woman who ever felt invisible to find her voice, find her passion. It's never too late to chase your dreams.
No, and you've done several.
I'm just a late bloomer.
But you bloomed.
I woke up at least.
You bloomed. So the last few fun questions. What is the biggest myth about beauty pageants? But we've actually spoken about
people
that.
think it's very superficial and dumb. But it's actually about heart and purpose and passion.
Yes.
Intellect as well, because they ask us the difficult questions that politicians can't even answer.
Exactly.
But they expect us to be the president.
Precies.
I'm going to be the president.
One beauty hack that costs nothing.
A grateful and joyful heart.
What makes you feel instantly confident?
Without sounding super spiritual, God is for me, not against me. Nothing can stand against me. Standing tall.
Dis mooi. A self-care ritual you never skip.
You'll like this one. My morning and evening skincare routine, SPF every day.
Fantastic. And that's what
Wearing my grateful heart.
Ag Marelize, it was so nice having you. I really do appreciate it. Ons ook meer koffie drink. I know you're not a big wine drinker.
Hey, I can drink champagne.
I wish champagne. Ons kan champagne, but please, you must
And a
switch
good
up
red
more
wine.
often.
Yes, please.
But it was very nice having you here. Thank you very much. And good luck with everything that's, we are going to watch your social media.
Yes.
See
Watch it, watch it.
what is happening and what are you going to be preparing and your work.
You're going to be involved in this year.
Fantastic. I want to be. So please,
Thank you. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
It was very nice.
Always a pleasure spending time with you and having you in my life.